Dun, dun. I just like was gonna say we're watching Disney Channel. Yeah. Hi, this is Mrii, and you're watching Superkicks Co-Sign. So how I got into music was pretty much I was born into it. I was born in Brampton, Ontario in Canada to a family from Surat, India. So my parents come from here. They moved to Canada in 1999 right after getting married, and I was born in 2000. My dad's family comes from a history of like generations of Indian classical music. So that was passed down to me. My parents started a school in Brampton. I grew up learning, teaching, performing, and it was a whole thing for me. Music was like the top priority. After that is when came school and everything, so it was very natural to me to like eventually grow up and going into music production, DJing, and discovering my own way of expressing myself through the music. So that's how I got into this. For me, I think DJing is what came first. I had some friends around me that were DJing. Actually, my brother and my dad also, they had virtual DJ on the computer. And because my dad was working so much in the music industry or just music and stuff in general, people assumed he was a DJ too. So they would ask him like, hey, DJ for my daughter's sweet 16 party, DJ for this, DJ for that. So we started learning back then. And eventually while I was in high school, I developed my own taste for music, for hip hop, R&B, and I found my own voice. And then I was also like obsessed with Bollywood growing up and making dance mixes on GarageBand on my computer. So around high school is when I was like, okay, like I really want to learn how to DJ properly. So I got my parents to buy me a DJ controller, and that's how it started. It was kind of a long time coming. Like I said, I grew up obsessed with Bollywood to the point where I was like getting the free magazines from the Indian grocery store, cutting out my favorite actors and actresses. I had a whole like binder, like of scrapbooking for my favorite movies and actors and all that. And I was making dance mixes, forcing my cousin to like choreograph dances with me so we can perform for our family, all this stuff. I had that one side of me, and then the other side of me where at school Bollywood wasn't so cool at the time. I was like a hip hop and R&B, more of like into like American music. So it was like those two versions of myself constantly battling with each other, trying to be in one. Fast forward to like I'll say like post-COVID is when I was actually able to blend those together. I started DJing in like the underground scene in Toronto for a lot of hip hop things, and I was blending different sounds together, just like out of curiosity and to see like what works, what doesn't. And eventually I just started doing it. There's like some sort of community and cultural love that they have here that I didn't know I could expect here, because I wasn't sure if they have the same like struggles, in the sense where I know back home what brings us all together is that there's such a lack of these spaces, there's such a lack of culture, there's a lack of expression for us. But it's just kind of the same here. There's a lack of maybe that independent type of culture. This is a new age, I feel, and for us to all be able to express ourselves in that different and new way, it's here too, and it just felt really beautiful to be there. It honestly, like I said, didn't feel like I was not at home. And as for the sound, I feel like this is just on the come up to like almost be everywhere. For example, there's a group called Indo Warehouse who's going to be playing at Coachella, which is one of the biggest music festivals, as well as Hanuman Kind, I believe, is also playing at Coachella, which is crazy. Like our sounds and our movement right now is so like global, and it's just blowing up, and it's just a blessing to be able to be a part of it right now. Next year I have a lot of things planned. I have my own party called Mazaar, which is on the come up as well, which is very exciting. I had this friend who I met because he started Mazaar. He was hosting it. I almost wasn't supposed to be there because I had another gig, but it got canceled last minute. So I'm like, hey, like I'll come. And he was like, please, can you DJ for 30 minutes at least? Like I just need you to be there. I met him and we just clicked instantly. Like it was like my long lost brother. The puzzle pieces just went together, and since we came together to build Mazaar, it just kind of blew up. But there's a sort of like unity in just not just Indian, but like the South Asian diaspora that we have with Mazaar, and it's such a diverse group of people when we talk about just the brown or South Asian diaspora. So for us to represent all of those cultures, especially in Toronto where we all kind of coexist and like mix all those cultures together growing up, it's basically that. I was a really big Adidas fan actually, specifically like Originals and Pharrell Williams collab. That was really big to me. So also like I was a huge Converse head, so I kind of wanted Converse in every color. It's crazy that I'm wearing them right now, but yeah, Converse was really big for me too. Again, Pharrell Williams. Pharrell Williams is a really big one. Like he has this artistic style to his streetwear mixed with, it's just a lot of things mixed together that I really like. There's a lot of balance and duality in his style, like feminine and masculine vibes, so I really like that. It does. I feel like both things influence each other. For example, the oxidized jewelry I'm wearing, the Desi stuff, I feel like mixing my Western streetwear and hip-hop culture with the Desi jewelry is very much me in my sound as well as my style. Vice versa, like what I wear kind of is reflected in the sound, so yeah.